continuación, CPS Noticias.
Good evening, everybody. It is Monday night, and you are tuned into CPS News with Jesse and Brenda. It is the news that speaks your language, and the language is English, of course, and that's why you're tuned in, because you speak English, you want to know more about what's going on in Puerto Vallarta, but you know what I want to know? I want to know what's going on with you. How are you?
How are you, Brent? I'm great. I'm so excited. September 1st is the month of the Mexican independence, and I hope you're ready for it. I am hoping that you're ready to scream Viva Mexico in this fantastic month. It's one of my favorites because it's full of parties and a lot of information, and we're going to get to that, so let's do it.
I love it. I'm ready for Mexico month. You're ready for Mexico month, and now I'm mostly ready for the headlines, so let's go.
Tonight on CPS News, medications expected to arrive at San Pancho and Tonderoque hospitals in Bahía de Banderas, confirms IMSS Bienestar Coordinator Gregorio Sanchez. Law of Revenues finally approved in Bahía de Banderas, while Mayor Munguia faced protests from demonstrators. Federal Environmental Protection Agency closes construction at La Cocina Beach in Punta de Mita due to lack of environmental authorization following complaints from environmental groups. Regional Sports Center invites all youth to join its free surf team. In Voices of Vallarta, Brent interviews Stephanie Montero about a global challenge to protect humpback whales and restore marine ecosystems of the Mexican Pacific. Plus, a blast from the past, Esther Fernandez, a forgotten star of Mexican cinema. All that and more tonight on CPS News, the news that speaks your language.
Time for our first story tonight, and a major step is underway to tackle medicine shortages in Bahía de Banderas. Gregorio Sanchez Vasquez, coordinator of IMSS Bienestar in Nayarit, says the program Rutas de Bienestar is now in its second week. Starting Tuesday, August 26, hospitals in San Francisco and Tonderoque will receive critical supplies, part of a push to end shortages across the region. More than 330,000 containers of medicine will be delivered through 12 routes. The plan includes the Hospital de la Mujer and specialized units for dialysis and outpatient surgery in Tepic. The shipment covers a full month of medicine with the goal of keeping hospitals stocked consistently moving forward. Nayarit is also serving as a distribution hub for other states, including Colima, Jalisco, Zacatecas, Sinaloa, Sonora, Durango, Baja California, and Baja California Sur. Thank you so much for Israel Torres for this information.
All right, next up, we are following this parking meter story weekly, as I'm sure all of our viewers are as well. And here is this week's update from Joe.
In Puerto Vallarta, residents of the Versailles and Diaz Ordaz neighborhoods have made their voices clear. They don't want parking meters. On Tuesday, August 26th, around 150 neighbors and business owners gathered for a community meeting to hear the city's proposal for so-called smart parking meters. Instead, the assembly turned into a resounding rejection of the project. Neighbors argued that the city has far more urgent priorities, including water shortages, poor garbage collection, drainage issues, sidewalk invasions, public lighting and safety. Many also said they distrust municipal promises, pointing to broken commitments from past administrations. Community leaders emphasized that parking meters would only serve as a new form of revenue collection and a privatization of public space, further limiting mobility for citizens and people with disabilities. In response, City Councilman Arnulfo Ortega Contreras and municipal official Hector Mata promised a second meeting with more detailed information and assured residents that their concerns would be brought before the City Council. As the meeting closed, neighbors raised their hands unanimously against the project, sending a loud and clear message: fix the basics before bringing in parking meters. With information from MGG, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
For now, neighbors in Versailles and Diaz Ordaz have spoken with one voice. no meters, no compromise. The next move is in the hands of the city officials, so stay tuned every week and we'll keep bringing the updates as we get them, of course. Next up at Puerto Vallarta City Hall, a heated debate over the city's finances spilled far beyond the numbers, leaving residents and leaders at odds once again. And here's Eric with this story.
Tensions ran high at City Hall this week as Puerto Vallarta City Council approved the 2026 revenue law, a budget totaling more than 3.1 billion pesos. One of the most controversial points was the inclusion of fees for public parking and parking meters, charges that have been in place since 2005 but will now increase by 5%, in line with inflation. The council session stretched nearly 4 hours, and by the time the vote came, only half of the residents who had gathered to protest the measure remained inside. Many had voiced strong opposition to the so-called virtual parking meters, demanding that the city address more urgent needs first. When Mayor Luis Munguia closed the session, angry neighbors shouted for him to stay and listen. Instead, the mayor left quickly, shielded by plainclothes security officers, as protesters followed with chants and demands. For many residents, the approval feels less like a step forward in fiscal planning, and more like a decision taken without truly listening to the people. With information from Miguel Gonzalez Guerra, Eric Stevenson, CPS News.
The numbers may add up on paper, but outside City Hall, the divide between officials and residents is only growing louder, and we will be there to bring you all the updates. Next up, it's Maria with information about construction project at Punta de Mita that has come to a sudden halt, this time by order of federal environmental authorities.
In Bahía de Banderas, federal environmental authorities have stepped in to protect one of Punta de Mita's most sensitive coastal areas. The Federal Attorney for Environmental Protection, or PROFEPA, has ordered the total and temporary suspension of construction at Playa La Cocina after confirming that works were being carried out without the required environmental impact authorization. The company behind the project, Cantiles de Mita S.A. de CB, had submitted a request to Samarnat for so-called emergency works. These included relocating 87 trees, reinforcing coastal barriers, and installing erosion control measures. But inspectors found that the company moved forward without approval. Despite a formal suspension notice issued on August 19th, a follow-up inspection on August 22nd revealed that construction continued. This led to PROFEPA placing a closure banner directly on the site within the Federal Maritime Zone. Environmental groups had already raised alarms, warning that the development was damaging the local ecosystem and threatening native flora and fauna. The closure order applies specifically to works within the Federal Maritime Zone, not the entire development. With information from Israel Torres, Maria Ammerman, CPS News.
All right, now a word from our sponsors, Cerámicas Exclusivas. Looking to give your home a fresh new vibe? Well, take advantage of the summer. It's almost over, and you can renovate your home with Cerámicas Exclusivas. Discover everything you need to transform your spaces with style and elegance at prices you will love. From stunning flooring and modern bathrooms to those unique details that truly make a difference. Visit their showroom at Calle Federación 390 in Ixtapa, Puerto Vallarta, and explore a wide variety to fit every taste and budget. This summer, refresh your home with Cerámicas Exclusivas, where quality meets design. Follow them on Instagram or Facebook to see their latest collections and get inspired. Cerámicas Exclusivas, because your home deserves the best. Now, in our next story, September 19th is coming, and most of us know what that means, earthquake drill. And here is Rodrigo with the details.
Jalisco is preparing for a massive earthquake drill designed to strengthen disaster readiness and save lives. On Thursday, September 19 at exactly 12 noon, the state will carry out the second Macro Simulacro Jalisco 2025. The exercise, led by the State Unit of Civil Protection and Firefighters, will involve government agencies, school, private companies, and citizens across the state. The goal is to test evacuation protocols, evaluate response times, and reinforce a culture of prevention in the face of natural disasters. Participants who register in advance through the official website will also receive an official certificate of participation. This large-scale drill coincides with a solemn date in Mexico, September 19, when the nation remembers the devastating earthquakes of 1985 and 2017. Both tragedies underscore the urgent need for preparedness. Authorities emphasize that community involvement is essential. These drills not only help identify weaknesses, but also strengthen coordination and promote self-protection. As officials remind, your safety and the safety of your community come first. With information from Guadalupe Arce, Rodrigo López de Cerril, CPS News.
September 19th. Anybody who lives here has been living here for a little while knows what that's all about. Yes, we get an earthquake drill, but every now and then we get an earthquake to go with the drill.
I know, it's crazy, huh? So get ready for Earth, get ready to rumble.
I know, God. So if you don't know what we're talking about or you're new here, a couple of years ago we had a 7.7, which is one of the largest, if not the largest quake we've ever had here. So we're hoping that this year it goes by nice and easy, or be like Laura and just get in a helicopter that day or somehow get off the ground. She does not, none of us wants that again.
I'm sure it was scary. It was scary.
It was.
All right. Well, coming up next, we're going to be talking to Stephanie Montero, and she's the girl that swims for the whale. So that's going to be exciting. But before we do that, we got to go on a quick commercial break, and then we will be back.
Welcome back, everybody, and we are definitely going to talk to Stephanie soon, but she's dialing in, so we're going to have her just a little bit later in the show, so no worries. But next up, let's talk a little bit about Hospitin, because Hospitin has been leading the way in health and wellness for over 50 years with every act of care. Because it is in their DNA, they bring it to everything they do without rushing with the attention. They always have attention to detail, and they're always putting people at the center. Everyone who interacts with their company becomes part of their network, creating environments where talent and technology come together to achieve something greater. Their goal is to empower people, helping them take ownership of their own health and to build a social, media, and human fabric. Just call 322-226-2080 to book your appointment, or visit them at Boulevard Francisco Medina Asensio, which is 3970. At Hospitin Puerto Vallarta, they have created My Health, which is an exclusive program for foreign residents who value peace of mind, personal support, and care in their own language. With My Health, you are never alone. From Bucerias to Ms. Maloya, the team is ready to care for you in English and always with compassion. The program offers so many helpful services like 24/7 home visits for general practitioners, emergency ambulance transport to Hospitin at no extra cost, unlimited consultations with doctors who know your history, monthly clinics for chronic conditions like diabetes or hypertension, and support with hospital discharge and home recovery. It is not health insurance. It is something more personal. It is a support system when you actually really need it most. Now, here's a testimonial from one of Hospitin's very happy clients.
Originally, I'm from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And I am just about 2 months short of 76 years old. My first time in Mexico was when I was 16, and I came with aunt and uncle. And ever since, I always knew I was going to retire here one day. I had already been a patient, emergency patient one time, and so I was interested in the hospital and the care. Yes, it's wonderful to have to know that a doctor will come to you because of the services, the once a yearly checkup, because I've been sick or had an accident a couple of times and the ambulance or the doctor came to me, or both. The care is just so fantastic that that's why it's wonderful. It's when and especially when it was COVID, and one time I fell and broke my wrist in several places, and the doctor came to me, and in the marina that was, and as soon as he saw my arm, he said, get in my car, you're coming to the hospital. And I really appreciate, especially it's been several years, and I really appreciate the full 1 year, every year, getting the full checkup and hearing, what condition I'm in. It's wonderful to know that if I come to Hospitan, everybody speaks English. I tell friends about it because many of them also only are here, so I tell them that it's very necessary to have it for the ambulance, for the care, yes, everything. And checkup, yeah. And even if they are carrying medical insurance or have their home insurance, if something happens to them, they pay up, they're going to be reimbursed at home. But if you are like me and lived here so many years, I don't have that other outside insurance. So this is my insurance to myself that I will be taking care of.
Living in a different country shouldn't mean giving up peace of mind. With My Health from Hospital Puerto Vallarta, you are always cared for, supported, and understood. No contracts, no commitments. You only pay for the time you want for that coverage. And best of all, it works with international insurance too. So take a deep breath, enjoy life, and let My Health be your safety net. Call today at +52 322 226 2081 or visit hospitan.com to learn more. My Health, your medical peace of mind in Puerto Vallarta.
Brent, thanks for sharing that information from Hospitan. It's very interesting and very valuable, so thank you for that. Now let's continue with local information. Here's Joe with our next story tonight.
In Puerto Vallarta, local authorities have arrested a U.S. citizen facing an international warrant for fraud. Police identified the man as John Edgar Finley Sr., who was taken into custody Thursday morning in the Emiliano Zapata neighborhood. Officers from units PV 473 and PV 519 responded to a residence on Insurgente Street, where they confirmed his identity using a photograph provided by U.S. authorities. Finley was detained under strict protocol and transferred to the municipal police headquarters. The operation was carried out through coordinated work between Puerto Vallarta's operational police and the tourist police, the latter specializing in handling cases involving foreign nationals and international cooperation. Following the arrest, the National Institute of Migration was notified to begin proceedings connected to the international warrant, which could result in Finley's extradition to the United States to face charges. Authorities highlighted that the procedure was conducted safely and legally, ensuring full compliance with international law. With information from Guadalupe Arce, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
I've got a special announcement for you, and one that's really near and dear to my heart that I'm excited about every year. It's the third edition of the CPS Media and Vallarta Medical Center Charity Run, and it's almost here. That's right. You can walk, you can run with us for a 3K, a 5K, coming up on Sunday, October 26th at 7 a.m. in Marina Vallarta, right here by our studio. This is more than a sporting event. It's about health, community, and compassion. With your donation, you will be supporting Canica AC, an organization that helps children with cancer, and Horizonte de Paz AC, a rehabilitation clinic for addiction recovery. To participate, simply donate the equivalent of 250 pesos in cash or essential items listed on the website carrera.cps.media, and donations can be brought in person as well to Calle Proa 111, which is the address of our studio, if you want to come by and visit, in Marina Vallarta, anytime between Monday and Friday. Well, if that anytime is from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., actually, correction there. And Saturdays, they'll even take stuff from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Join us, make a difference, and run for a cause with CPS Media and Vallarta Medical Center. Jesse and I will be there. Will you? Well, you know, driving through Versailles, which we're foodies and we do often, we can see how much water is always pooling there and flowing into the streets. It's hard to ignore, and residents are raising alarms after discovering that a local construction site is dumping thousands of liters of groundwater around the clock. Okay, here's Joe with more on what I would say is a shocking story.
In Puerto Vallarta, residents of the Versailles neighborhood are raising alarms after discovering that a local construction site is dumping thousands of liters of groundwater into the streets 24 hours a day. Neighbors report that the water, drained from the foundation of a new 7-story apartment tower on the corner of Berlin and Aldanaca, is being funneled through large hoses directly into storm drains. The problem has persisted for more than 2 weeks, even as nearby communities struggle with severe water shortages. Engineer Jesus Garcia Herrera, who lives just meters from the site, says the developers admitted they struck a natural aquifer while digging. He warns that beyond the waste of clean water, the constant drainage could destabilize the ground, erode streets, and even damage nearby foundations. Residents also accuse City Hall of looking the other way, noting that the project is fully licensed and that municipal authorities authorized the water discharge. However, neighbors insist the hoses often spill directly onto the streets, flooding parts of Aldanaca and raising fears of sinkholes. As frustration grows, residents are calling for Puerto Vallarta's Urban Development Department to step in immediately before the environmental and structural damage becomes irreversible. With information from Miguel Gonzalez Guerra, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
Now we have another word from our sponsor, and this time it's La Catrina Cantina. Looks exciting. It's always a great time at La Catrina Cantina. All right, but going back to more information, here is Rodrigo again with our next story involving Puerto Vallarta and Bahía de Banderas taking a major step to protect residents and visitors alike, joining forces to create what officials are calling a metropolitan safety shield. Check it out.
Puerto Vallarta and Bahía de Banderas are joining forces to create what leaders call a metropolitan safety shield, a coordinated plan to strengthen boat security and disaster response across the region. The initiative follows a July meeting between the governors of Jalisco and Nayarit, Miguel Ángel Navarro Quintero and Pablo Nebus Navarro, who agreed to push forward joint metropolitan projects. According to Bahía de Banderas Mayor Héctor Santana Garcia and Puerto Vallarta Mayor Luis Mejía, the plan includes the creation of a metropolitan civil protection and fire department based to respond more effectively to natural disasters and emergencies that impact both municipalities. Another key component is the integration of the two C5 command and control centers. This would link security cameras from Puerto Vallarta, especially along Francisco Medina Asensio Avenue, with those in Nayarit on the Riviera Nayarit Boulevard. Authorities say the project is still in the planning stage, with both municipalities assessing their needs to ensure equal resources and coordinated responses. If completed, the joint effort could provide a powerful layer of protection for one of Mexico's most important tourist corridors. With information from Israel Torres, Rodrigo López Becerril, CPS News.
Thank you, Rodrigo. Now, let me tell you that Hospital Joya Riviera, caring for those around us, is part of our commitment. If you live or work in Bahía de Banderas, show a photo ID and get a general doctor consultation for just 500 pesos. You heard that right. Enjoy professional medical care, a warm and personal approach, and quality healthcare within your reach. This special offer is valid until September 30th. Schedule your appointment or find out more on our social media. Search for Hospital Joya Riviera or call 322-226-8181. Hospital Joya Riviera, we know how to take care of you, and we want to.
Well, thank you, Jesse, for covering that Hospital Joya one.
Sure.
I feel like I kind of cheated on Hospital Joya this week. Having talked about Hospital, I can't talk to both. I can't two-time the hospital.
No, don't be two-timing hospitals, Brent. But I mean, My Health from Hospital, that's a fantastic program. So check it out, you guys. And Hospital Joya, 500 pesos. Oh my gosh, that's really inexpensive. So there you have it.
Fair enough, fair enough. And I do like the My Health thing. I mean, I would say that one of the biggest stressors when you go to a hospital and it isn't the surgery sometimes or the procedure. It's like, what's going to happen afterwards? Am I going to, have problems with the bill and all that? So it's nice to have a service that kind of addresses that. So I'm happy about that.
There we have it. All right, you guys have choices. And right now, we got to go on a quick break. But when we come back, sports.
Welcome back, everybody, and I am the shorter and higher voice version of Dave, because Dave is not here, but he'll be back soon. So let me tell you about what's going on in sports instead of Dave, and can't wait for you to come back. So first of all, this segment is brought to you by Inglés Bahía. Are you tired of not being able to communicate in Espanol? Inglés Bahía is here to help. This local language school is in Mezcales, and it offers in-person Spanish classes for beginners with a passionate professional teacher ready to get your Espanol flowing for a reasonable price. Whether you prefer one-on-one or group classes, Inglés Bahía will boost your vocabulary and confidence in no time. Located in Mezcales on Avenue Valle de Mexico, número 2, right off Highway 200, it's a perfect place to practice with taco stands and shops all around where you can practice that Spanish. You can call or WhatsApp them at 322-230-7208. Inglés Bahía, más en español, por favor. All right, let's jump into sports and see how I do. So first up in sports, the Regional Sports Center is calling on all young people to join its completely free surf team. The program is open to anyone 12 or older who wants to learn surfing, longboarding, or paddle surfing. It's a fantastic opportunity to develop local talent and get more people into a sport that has put Jalisco on the map in national and international competitions. Training sessions run Monday through Friday from 4 to 7 p.m. at Camarones Beach. If you're ready to hit the water, you can get more information on the official Facebook page, CDR Puerto Vallarta, or by calling, because we like to do it old school here, 322-245-0158. Sounds fun to me? I might go and check this one out. All right, next up. In our second and last sports story tonight, clearly it's a low sports week. Historic day for local sports right here in our own backyard. Bahía de Banderas has officially welcomed its new professional soccer team, VADS, V-A-D-S. The team was presented today at the San Jose del Valle Sports Unit, marking a new era for soccer in the municipality. VADS will compete in the TDP League, Mexico's third professional division, fulfilling a long-awaited dream for local fans. This project offers a massive opportunity for young athletes in the region to develop their talent on a professional stage, aiming to build not just high-performance players, but also building a stronger sporting identity for all of Bahía de Banderas. Well, that's it. You get two stories, and that's a wrap for our segment tonight.
Thank you, Brent. That was great. Sports segment, mini sports segment. But coming up next is the Marigalante. Oh, yes. Ahoy, Vallarta. It's September, and this Mexican Independence Day sets sail aboard the legendary Marigalante for the ultimate fiesta at sea. Enjoy an open bar all night, a world-famous pirate show, delicious food, a fun pirate party, and fireworks lighting up the bay synchronized with Puerto Vallarta's Malecón. Oh yeah, raise your voice with us from the deck and shout, Viva Mexico. But hurry, mighty tickets are limited and flying faster than cannonballs. Go to pirateshipvallarta.com and book now. Be part of the most unforgettable 6-hour adventure of the year aboard the Marigalante. Remember, pirateshipvallarta.com. Arr.
Good stuff. Love September. I've been practicing my Viva!
Mexico!
Viva!
Mexico!
We could do this for days, y'all. This would be like a 2-hour show.
Now imagine doing that on top of the Marigalante with all of the fireworks. It gets really fun, you guys. Do not miss it.
No, get on board. That's the front row because you're actually on the ocean. I know the restaurants there charge a lot that night to be able to have that front row. So get on the Marigalante, check out the fireworks, and Viva!
Mexico!
Yeah! Okay, we just can't keep doing that all night, so we're going to go to commercial and come right back. And it's going to be Voices of Vallarta, and this is a great one. So do not tune out. We'll see you in just a minute. It's time for Voices of Vallarta. Look who's here. I'm not interviewing you, though, am I?
No, we're not. We're interviewing someone really important. Her name's Stephanie Montero, and she's on the phone with this great technology that we have. We can make this happen.
I know. Wow. Hey, Stephanie, how are you? You can hear me, right?
Yes, I'm good, thanks. Thank you for inviting me.
Great. Well, I'm really excited to have you. So if you don't know who Stephanie is, because you haven't been watching the news every year or watching Facebook, she is part of Nado por las Ballenas, and she does the swim each year to support the whales, which I absolutely freaking love. So I'm so excited to have you on. I hope you're excited to be on with us today, too.
I am. Thank you for inviting me to share our story.
Absolutely. Now, I want to get to some questions because I'm so interested in this topic, but can you tell us a little bit about the origin of Nado por las Ballenas and how it evolved from just a local swim to kind of like an international conservation movement?
Sure. Well, Nado por las Ballenas, or Swim for the Whales, began in 2023 with my dream of swimming across La Bahía de Banderas, which I believe is one of the most beautiful bays in the world, a distance of 37.5K, which I completed that November. And the goal was to raise awareness about one of the deadliest threats to whales, which is entanglement in fishing nets, and to raise funds for ECOVAC, the organization that rescues them and is based in Vallarta. So what started as just as a symbolic swim soon became a collective movement that today uses sport as a powerful engine for conservation. We are now a nonprofit. We are very excited about it. Each year we unite over 1,300 people from 18 countries, turning personal sport challenges into a global call to protect humpback whales. So we are amazed at how much it's grown and grateful for all the support. Over 120 organizations have joined us along the way, and it really has been an incredible journey.
Wow, over 120 organizations. That's amazing how much it's grown. Remind me again, how many years have you been doing this swim and part of this conservation movement?
Well, actually, I started in 2023, so really 3 years, 2.5 years.
That's a short amount of time, Stephanie.
Sorry?
That's a lot of progress in a short amount of time. That's amazing.
Easy. It's just amazing how people have responded, no?
Absolutely. And so, given you've done this a few times now, have you seen a tangible impact in how people are respecting the whales and changing their behaviors to conserve them based upon the efforts of you and other organizations here? Have you seen the changes happening? Because that's the most important part.
Yeah, sure. I think people are now a bit more aware, about the problem. I think this Nado por las Ballenas, with the money we've raised, almost 2 million pesos. This is around $100,000 US, which has helped different organizations, but also have helped people to understand what's happening, in the sea. That we are quite often not that connected, with the ocean and what's happening. So Nado por las Ballenas has been this medium, that has enabled this. And with these 2 million pesos, we have helped rescue 15 whales, remove almost 100 meters of ghost nets. That is fishing nets that have been lost or abandoned in the ocean, and restore coral reefs. We've also empowered over 170 children. We call them guardians of the bay through environmental education, and also helped organize, I'm sure you were aware of it, the first rubbish fishing tournament in the bay in October last year, organized by Limpia Tu Mar, removing 2 tons of waste from the ocean. It was crazy. And not only like the direct impact of removing the waste, but also what people discussed, and thought about the amount of waste found in the ocean, and and I don't know, thinking of how they can change their lifestyle and maybe reduce the waste that can get to the ocean. So it's been crazy.
No, I love it. The swim that you do and the trash fishing tournament, as we call it, are some of my favorite stories that we cover here, because I am also deeply involved in the ocean, being a diver and all that. So a lot of what you do really resonates with me, and I really appreciate it. So looking ahead, because we only have a couple more minutes, like, what are your visions for the future beyond the swim, and maybe even remind our viewers when the swim is so we can watch it, and like what's coming next? What's the next thing that you want to share with us or surprise us about?
Yes, well, this year our big event is the third Swim for the Whales Team Edition, happening from November 29 to December 7. Our goal is to raise 1.5 million pesos for whale conservation. And the beauty is that anyone, anywhere in the world of any age can join. So you can sign up in teams of up to 10 or go solo. Choose a distance between 22 and 444K and complete it by swimming, walking, running, cycling, any activity you enjoy. So registration is open now. We have a webpage, equipos.nadoporlasballenas.org until September 30. So please hurry up and organize your team. And in terms of what is next, for Nado por las Ballenas, or what's our vision of the future of our organization is, really our dream is to make Nado por las Ballenas a global reference for conservation through sport. Nelson Mandela recently said, sport has the power to change the world and to unite people. And we believe it's true. Nado por las Ballenas is an excellent example. We want to increase participation worldwide, deepen our work with local communities, and launch new challenges that connect people with nature. We truly believe that the more people connect with nature, the more they love it and care for it.
I fully agree with you, and I'm glad that you mentioned involving children, because they have to learn these things and learn the respect now for nature so they know for the future. Unfortunately, we're out of time. I really hope that you can come visit us here when you're in town, and I know your swim's going to be amazing. So thank you for sharing this with us remotely. Again, I'd love to have you sit here. Nothing against you, Jessie. I love having you here, but I would love to have you sitting here beside me and just talking even more about it. So thank you so much for joining us. Everybody get involved. I think we already shared the website.
Yes,
and
it's nadoporlasballenas.org. Thank you so much, Stephanie. I know she can't hear me right now. That's why I stayed quiet. But I want to thank her for her time. I know she's a busy girl. And reiterate that this swim is she's not going to be the only one swimming. Everybody can join her. So hopefully you can join her, Brent.
Let's get out there, and I'll bring my life jacket. No worries. I'm a good swimmer. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Having a great day, enjoying that weather in Mexico City. And now we've got to move on to our next story tonight, and it's Maria bringing it to you.
A small but determined group of residents brought traffic to a standstill near the Malecón in downtown Puerto Vallarta, demanding a solution to the city's ongoing water crisis. About a dozen citizens blocked Morelos Street, just a block from City Hall, to protest what they call unfair rate hikes, frequent supply cuts, and poor service from the local water company, Sayapal. One resident even brought a bottle of dirty tap water as proof of the poor quality. The protesters, mostly from northern neighborhoods in the El Pitial delegation, are demanding a direct meeting with Mayor Luis Munguia. Chanting, "We want water," a campaign promise, not lies, they turned away other city officials who tried to intervene. The blockade forced police to divert traffic, converting Juarez Avenue into a two-way street to manage the congestion. While the group announced plans to clear the downtown street by noon, they stated their protest isn't over. They're now moving their demonstration to the main municipal administrative building to continue pressing for answers. We will continue to follow this developing story. With information from Tribuna de la Bahía, Maria Ammerman, CPS News.
Thank you, Maria, and I hope they get that resolved soon. It sounds like a protest with a pretty big purpose.
Yes, it is. We need water.
Everybody needs water, but you know what else we need? Not nearly as important as water. We need on this day, because that comes before events, and I know you want to hear about those too. So, Jessie, are you ready? Did you do your homework?
Ready, always.
Always, mostly. Okay, so with that, I did mine, of course. So, This is the segment where we tell you on this day in history, what the heck? So first up for me is going to be September 1st is going to be Chicken Boy Day.
What is that?
He's a boy. He's
And
a
it's a
chicken.
chicken?
I really don't understand it. So a lot of times when I look these up, I kind of make them up in my head. So
I think you're just making them up all
No, I'm
together.
not. It is Chicken Boy Day. Look it up. Figure out what it is. Send me a note because I don't know. I just imagine it's a kid running around in a chicken outfit.
All right. What's next?
What's next? Well, let's keep with animals. It's Ginger Cat Appreciation Day.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you little redheaded cat.
That's cute.
Yes, everybody loves the ginger cat, okay? It's also National No Rhyme, No Reason Day.
No rhyme, no reason.
Just a saying, and yeah,
So
just
you
no
gotta
rhyme, no reason.
Be rhyming for no reason.
Yeah, it's just like this happened, there's no rhyme. Yeah, I like the way you do it. That was a little more gangsta style. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
And last with the absolutely weird ones I have today, it's also Mouth Guard Day.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, cheers for the mouth guards. What
Day.
the hell?
Do not let your teeth get knocked out. Put in your mouth guard today.
There you have it. Thank you, Brent, for
Sure.
that important information.
Very important. Thank you.
Well, today I got a mix of also random and cool things.
Okay.
The first one is the day of dactyloscopy. Oh, dactyloscopy. And that's the science of fingertips. Yes, that's. I mean, you use it for your phone or for your tablet, right? And also, for I don't know, anytime you need your fingers to open up anything.
Pointing. Okay.
Well, not pointing.
Don't point. Oh.
No, it's just like.
Oh, I can put it. Okay.
Dactyloscopy.
I prefer ginger cats, but
There you
okay,
go.
that's fine. What else you got?
It's also Primates Day. They also have fingers.
Primates Day. So hey, monkeys, what up? Hanging out with Chicken Boy.
There you go. Shout out to our closest relatives.
Do it again. I love all the signage over here. Okay, what else?
All right. What else? In the U.S., of course, people are celebrating Labor Day, right?
Very important
It's
day.
Labor Day.
The first Monday of September is Labor Day. So happy Labor Day, everybody.
That's fun. And then a history fact back in 2011. Yeah, 2011.
Okay.
Snapchat was launched.
Oh, Snapchat was launched and then disappeared. Because that's the way it works, right? It launched
There you
and
have
disappeared and then reappears again when you chat. So very interesting. Yours were a little easier to understand today. I didn't even understand
But
mine.
I like the chicken boy.
Chicken boy. All right, chicken boy. All right, with that, it's time for events. And I'm hoping you're enjoying Jesse and I sharing the events with you. It's kind of a new style we've done it a couple times in the past. We started it last week, and I think we got some pretty positive comments. So with that, let's go. What kind of events we got? The Fiestas Patrias, there we go.
Fiestas Patrias.
Fiestas Patrias, thank you, very good, are in real full swing and they run through September 17th. Head over for a taste of real tradition, crowning of queens, live music, folk ballet, DJs, a torch march, and the big grito of independence, which I practiced earlier, parades, wrestling, and concerts from the banda band Perla Black and Los Plebes. And don't stop there, stick around from September 21st to the 29th for the Patron festivities honoring San Miguel, the Archangel. If you want culture, color, and pure Mexican celebration, well, Pitial is the place to be.
Yes, there you have it. Now, calling all swimmers. We heard about this earlier. Registrations are now open for the 3rd International Swim for the Whales. This is the team edition 2025. So choose your distance anywhere from 22 to 444 kilometers and dive into an unforgettable experience that blends sport, adventure, and whale conservation. You can sign up by September 30th at nadoporlasballenas.org. And of course, join this amazing cause. Swim as a team, protect the whales, and make waves for our oceans. Don't miss your chance to be part of something extraordinary.
Love it. Good one, Jesse. Good one. All right. Next up, do you feel like dancing? I know you do.
Yes,
pointing
always.
at Jesse. Every Friday night, the Malacan meets Buenos Aires at Hotel Rosita. Kick things off with a free beginner tango class from 6 to 7 p.m. and then stick around for milonga practice from 7 to 10. Sip on something refreshing, grab a tasty bite, and move to the rhythm of Argentina right here in Vallarta. Whether you're a first-timer or a tango lover, it's about fun, it's about friends, it's about music. Check out Tango Fridays at Hotel Rosita, where Puerto Vallarta dances under the stars.
And it looks like Fridays are for dancing. Yes. Oh, just kidding. This is on Saturday. Saturday at La Catrina Cantina, they have free bachata and salsa lessons, and they're completely free. And there's no cover to get in. But guess what? They also have tasty food, cool drinks, and the comfort of AC while you move and groove. And you can bring a friend or you can meet someone there. So bring your energy and turn Saturday night into a fiesta at La Catrina Cantina.
All right, good stuff. Well, while you're drinking and dancing, I'm going to tell you to get ready to lace it up, Vallarta, because it's time to run for a cause. The Andrea 321 Inclusion Run of 2025 takes off on Sunday, September 7th at 7:30 a.m. from Estadio Agustín Flores Contreras. Choose your distance, 3, 5, 10 kilometers, and support people with Down syndrome, intellectual disabilities, and neuromotor challenges. Registration is only 450 pesos for adults, 300 for kids, and even your little furry friend can join in for 120 pesos. I hope they've been saving their money. Don't forget to wear mismatched socks to show your support and run for an inclusion, Vallarta. If you want more info, just give them a call, 322-318-1061.
All right, and cruise into the weekend with Vallarta's all-English radio show. This and every Saturday, there is classic rock, local vibes, and real stories from real people just like you. You can join me every Saturday from 11 until 1 on Radiante 98.3 FM or catch it online at radiante.fm or on Facebook. Just search for Vallarta's Asphalt page. So buckle up, turn it up, and let's ride together this weekend on Radiante 98.3.
Good stuff, good stuff. Love that show. Love joining you from time to time. Okay, next up, it's time for the Gen X Pats PV. They're back. They're ready to party. On Friday, September 5th, head to Whiskey Kitchen for a happy hour you do not want to miss. Grab their barbecue special for just 595 pesos, and that thing serves 2 to 3 people, plus all the usual drink specials. Each Gen X Pat guest gets a free summer margarita or a glass of wine with their food purchase. And if you love AC, surprise, you can claim your spot in their cool new room for 22 people, so get there early. This is all about good food, cold drinks, and unbeatable vibes. Join the Gen X Pats PV. To find them, just search for them on Facebook. Just type in Gen X Pats PV, and you will get more details and the RSVP right in the event section. Awesome
and
stuff.
That's a wrap.
Yeah, I'm wearing my pink just a little bit early.
Oh, that's a little bit early.
You'll see a lot of this in October. So thank you, Jesse. I hope you enjoyed these events that we shared with you today. There's a little bit of everything, but now let's move on because Joe has our next story for tonight.
A historic new chapter is opening for tourism here in Puerto Vallarta. It was announced today that starting in 2026, weekend getaways will be offered to the recently opened Islas Marias Archipelago, a destination famous for its transition from a federal prison to a protected eco-reserve. During a presentation at the National Port System Administration, officials detailed the new program aimed at showcasing the island's unique history and natural beauty. The all-inclusive package will feature a 5-hour ferry trip departing from Puerto Vallarta every Friday morning. Visitors will enjoy a 3-day, 2-night stay on Isla Maria Madre, with everything from buffet-style meals to a wide range of lodging choices, including family homes with private pools and golf carts for getting around. Activities will focus on sustainable tourism with certified guides leading low-impact nature tours, cultural workshops, and visits to the historical museum that chronicle the island's past. The archipelago is a UNESCO World Heritage Site recognized for its incredible biodiversity. While pricing details are still to be announced, officials confirmed that 3 tiers of packages, tourist, executive, and VIP, will be available. Those interested can find future updates and booking information at the official website, Visita islasmarias.com. Again, Visita islasmarias.com. With information from Miguel Gonzalez Guerra, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
Well, it sounds like Puerto Vallarta is about to get a new escape. I just saw the ferry a couple days ago. It was parked over there in Puerto Magico. And so Mexican's very own Alcatraz has turned into a paradise. History, nature, and adventure all in one trip. Just don't try to escape and they might notice. Okay, next up, August 22nd marks the birthday of Esther Fernandez, who is one of Mexico cinema's first big stars, born just outside of Puerto Vallarta, and her legacy is now getting a second look. And here's Barbara with the details and the story.
Esther Fernandez, Mezcata's forgotten star of Mexican cinema. August 22nd marks the birthday of Esther Fernandez, born in 1917 or 1918 in the small town of Cameo, Mezcota, Jalisco, just an hour from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Known as the first diva of Mexican cinema, she starred in the iconic Ala en el Rancho Grande, a film that introduced Mexico to the world, and it launched the golden age of Mexican movies. Fernandez shined brightly in over 70 films, including Santa, Ramona, Doña Perfecta, Flor de Duranzo, and La Adelita, and she became one of the first actresses in Mexico's star system, and even worked briefly in Hollywood. Her personal life was equally as eventful, with a long romance and brief marriage to singer Antonio Badu. After retiring at the age of 37, she returned to painting and occasional television roles, spending her final years at the Casa del Actor in Mexico City. She passed away on October 21st, 1999, longly forgotten, and now rests in the Panteon Ardín in Mezcota. The old cinema and private museum once honored her legacy, but sadly now both are closed. The municipal government is working to recover her collection of 300 items, including dresses, posters, and photographs, hoping to preserve her cultural impact and let her public admire the star who once shined so very brightly. With information from Miguel Gonzalez Guerra, Barbara Lapointe, CPS News.
So this Isla Maria's, it's a big story because it's popped up in social media a lot. I saw the ferry. How soon do you know how soon they're going to get started?
Yes, it's going to get started 2026, so it's coming right up. I'm very excited about it. Were you able to go inside of the ferry? It was parked there for a reason, so that you could go in for free and check it out. They had wine, they had food, and they have a lot of really cool packages where you can just jump right in. It makes, I think, 5 hours to get to Islas Marias. And then you stay there over the weekend. It's, I think, about 8,000 pesos to stay there and eat and ride, and then come back. And, you're back in Puerto Vallarta. So I think it's a really good thing, because for people that come back every year to Puerto Vallarta, sometimes, they want something new to check out. And I think this is a great option. So I'm excited about it.
No, that's completely different and completely unique. And, I was reading a little bit about it. I know it used to be a prison and all that, but it's also a big ecosystem there. I'll be interested if there's like scuba diving there or what kind of nature trails. So stay tuned. I know we're going to have a lot more information about it as we get closer and closer to when it starts. But in terms of information, that's all we got for this week. It's the end of the show.
Yes, I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you next week.
All right. Have a great evening, everybody, and thank you so much for tuning in to CPS News.
Tourist, executive, and VIP will be available. Those interested